stimulus, we want to assign a response to it. So this particular example doesn't actually do anything yet. So if I just say run this guy, when I press the button, nothing happens. So what we want to do is assign a response to it. We can do that just like this. And this is a very, very direct way of doing it. I'm going to create a class here that represents the what to do when the button is pressed. This is my response. The button is going to communicate with him using an interface. And we'll talk about this in a little more detail in a minute. So what we're going to do is create an instance of this button report which says when something happened, print out the button was pressed. And then we're going to create an instance of him and attach him to the button. So we're going to say, Mr. Button, please let me know when the button's pressed. So now when I run this guy, I press it and boom, button was pressed. I press it again, boom, button pressed again. And I could keep doing this ad infinitum. Now we're not limited to a single person interested in that interaction. We could set up multiple instances of these. So what I did here is I just modified this button report guy just a little bit here. And I put in a little number so we can keep track of which one's which. And he takes that in his constructor and prints it out when he says the button was pressed. Now what we can do is say, Mr. Button, please notify this guy, and notify this guy, and notify this guy. And so all of them will get this notification. So when I run this guy here, say press me, I will see that the buttons were pressed. Now notice anything interesting there. The order which they're being notified is the opposite of the order they were added, right? This is something that you really want to pay attention to whenever you're using this pattern. Excuse me. Unless